Okay. Hi, you're with Scott. This is Binaural Island on Battery Exhausted, my channel. It's midnight. It's always midnight. This is your right ear and this is your left ear. So we're recording with the dummy head. You know what is going on because I just did a long rambling video where I talked about everything, didn't I? So watch that one first if you did. So I've just done a long rambling video where I talked about the first pun on the list, watercress down, watership down, watercress down. And this is the PUNS, films versus vegetables, PUNS video without long rambling anything. Okay, so we're just going to get straight into it. Number 10, watercress down. Boom. All of these images are produced by me on Photoshop, and you may require a warning of this nature because it may be that you think that these are real film posters, but they're not. I can assure you, I've designed them all myself. So that's, like I said in the last video, no more joking about the quality of my Photoshop. It's just for kicks, all right? Number 9, Inglorious Bananas. And these are vegan. These are vegan. I did consider putting a swastika on the bananas because it would fit with the film poster, but then I was going to take some bananas at home and actually sort of scratch a swastika on and then let it go brown and then photograph it, and it seemed like a lot of trouble for just a little picture that I had to bang together for this video, so I didn't bother. And also I didn't want my guests to come around my house and think that I had fascist fruit. So, but these are all vegan, and this is films versus vegetables. Of course, you're already thinking, aren't you? I see you thinking. You're thinking, oh, I've got a film that, you know, oranges are not the only fruit. Well, that's already got oranges in it, so you can't. Apples are not. It's not. It doesn't work like that. But please do pop a pun in the comments below if you think of one. But listen to the full list first, why don't you? Because it might be on the list, mightn't it? So, and I did in the ASMR one. I did a bit of extra whispering with some of the ones that didn't get in. So I'm not going to put those right now. We'll come to those just before we do number 1. But when I do that, you know, maybe the one you're thinking of is in the list. So keep listening. And then if it's not, make sure to put it in the comments below because, you know, we love pun comments here. So number 8, and at number 8 we've got Last Mango in Paris. Last Mango in Paris. Not everyone knows this film, but you probably recognise the title, don't you? So there you go, there's number 8. Number 7 is The People versus Larry Mint. Larry Mint. You see, like mint, I'll forget it. At number 6, Natural Corn Killers. Now that should really work, shouldn't it? Because born and corn are just virtually the same word with one letter different. But it doesn't seem to roll off the tongue, does it? Natural Corn Killers. But I think you'll agree, my movie poster, I've outdone myself here. At number 5, Planet of the Grapes. Now, I thought that I did check all of these to see if anyone else had done a movie poster because I didn't want the hassle of having to do the movie posters myself. So I did go on the internet and I found a Planet of the Grapes movie poster, so here it is. But since I was doing 9 others, I ended up doing my own, so here's mine. And at this juncture, I will quickly say that I did also at this point find a couple on The Guardian newspaper. They've also got a website, you know, like modern newspapers do. I don't know if you call it a newspaper anymore, would you, or a website? The Guardian news outlet. They did an article, and they've got a few on there, so I only picked a couple off the article. They're not in my top list, they're just from the article, they're going here, which is The Big Tort, The Revenants, which is always quite nice, The Revenants. And this one, I don't know what film it is, so, but Broccolin, So if you know what film that's supposed to be, then let us know in the comments. But broccoli, but I didn't do those ones, so they don't have actual vegetables on the poster. They've just changed the word, haven't they? I think that's good enough, but it's not good enough. So if you come up with one, then I do urge you to get on your computer and shonk together a film poster, put it in Imager or somewhere like that, and then you can share it in the comments, can't you? And if I do a follow-up video for another 10, which I'm sure we'll get another 10, then I can use it in the video, can't I? So those were ones that didn't make it, but did already have film posters on the internet. And of course this is vegan, and it's fruits and vegetables. So, you know, just stick to that for me. Thanks. No need to go eating everything in sight. I know everything is edible. I know that we can eat all sorts. I mean, we're capable, aren't we? We're human beings. So we can eat so much that I could eat wool. I could eat wood. They do use wood. They call it cellulose. When they cut down trees, they literally get the shavings and they process it and get the gummy substance, the cellulose out. And that's used to thicken gravies. So we do eat wood regularly. It's fed to us by people who process food, but so people who process food. So yeah, I'm getting off track now. Let's get back. But everything can be eaten. It doesn't mean you should eat it. You know, have a think, decide whether it's worth eating that or not. You know, and that's what, when you sort of step back and reanalyze, if you said to yourself, I'm going to start from tomorrow, I'm going to make my own diet, I'm going to research it, and I'm only going to eat what I think really is good to go in my body. At that point, you think, should I start killing things? Well, no, I don't need to. And then, you know, you're there, aren't you? So, Planet of the Grapes. Number 4. And this gets good. Now, this is number 4. We've got James Bond. So I did think of 2 others for James Bond, which is A Live and Let Die, Olive and Let Die. But it doesn't roll off the tongue, does it? We've got Sky Falafel. I'm doing this automatically because I just did an ASMR video. So I'm automatically going up to the ears. But Sky Falafel, right? But the real number 4, which I did a poster for, is Dr. PO Tato, which is Dr. No. So, Dr. PO Tato. I'm looking in the lens and I'm seeing the front of the lens and into the camera, and it's making me try and focus on both things, and it's making me cross my eyes like that. So that's why I'm doing that, if you find that I'm crossing my eyes during this broadcast. I don't know if I really am. It looks weird when the way I'm looking out. It looks all messed up now, but I don't know if that means my eyes are crossed. It could be that they just look normal. Who knows? I can't see myself, can I? You can never really see your own face. Oh, what about mirrors? Well, no, that's a reflection, isn't it? It's reversed. And what about if you took a photo and then look at it? Well, yeah, but you're looking from a different, like, time and place, aren't you? Like, and it's a flat 2D image, so it's not really looking into your own face, is it? Anyway, the number 4 there was Dr. PO Tato, which was Dr. No, of course, wasn't it? So Dr. No, Dr. PO Tato. Right, that could have been tomato, depending on how you pronounce it, couldn't it? So, number 3, and I do have to clarify with number 3 that I don't think anyone's going to know this film. I certainly haven't watched it, seen it, watched it. Just going to check the battery's still rolling. What have we got there? Yeah. I certainly haven't seen it, but I am aware of it, and I heard its name repeatedly on, I think it was a television advert back in the day, and they referred to it so many times that I got it in my head, and I did the pun back then, and I've waited all these years to share it with the world, it's a film about Eugene Onegin, and the pun is onion. So, I think that works, doesn't it? Just let that sit for a while. Onion. Liv Tyler, Ralph Fiennes. Onion. Number 2. Now, we're down to the top 2. So, I'm going to just break for a second. just to urgently appeal to you guys, in Haiti at the moment, there's been a lot of media coverage about this storm. We've seen that it's devastating, but we're so used to seeing places like Haiti in devastation. We're so used to seeing Syria get bombed that we're becoming desensitised to it. And what happened in Haiti, I mean, I've called for people to help Syria. There's lots of aid work going on there. In Syria, it might have been the Russians, it might have been the Americans, it might have been whoever, but somebody blew up some aid, yeah? But generally, people are taking aid to Syria, they know it's going on. But in Haiti, it was like literally just the other day, and now the aid is starting to flow in. So you can make a direct difference just with $1 or $2 or a couple of quid or something into the Haiti Appeal, because 800 people dead, everything washed away, people having to rebuild again. It's pretty horrendous, and it's the way of the world with these sort of fundraising campaigns and things. Like, there's a big wave now of funds that's going to be heading towards Haiti. So if you can add your little bit, it's a bit like a storm, like the storm that hit Haiti. One raindrop doesn't make a difference, does it? Your one raindrop. But if you stick them all together and it's a massive storm, it can be fucking devastating, or, in the way we're trying to do it, really, really helpful. So if you add your drop of rain, your couple of dollars to the Haiti Appeal, it will make a big difference very quickly for people who are really suffering with both bereavement and devastation. And at the same time, I don't want to draw away from Syria, because I think they're in a very similar situation. It's just not a natural disaster, it's been man-made. So for that, yes, we can help with appeals, but I think we should really, really, really be pressurising our own governance. And if they don't listen to us, then we shouldn't accept them as governance. Okay. So now we're going to get on to the top two. And the top two, before we do that, I mean, it's difficult because I've done so many. Let's just list off some that didn't make it. Passion fruit of the Christ. And that's just adding the word fruit. I'm doing it in the ear again, aren't I? Look, I'm over here. Passion fruit of the Christ. And that's just adding the word fruit to the word passion. So I don't like that. It's not as good a pun, is it? As actually taking a word and swapping it with a vegetable that sounds just like it. And that's the same with mushroom with a view, which is quite a good pun, but it's just adding the mush to the room. Right. That's what I say when the dog's been naughty. Right. The battery just finished, didn't it? And battery exhausted is the name of the channel. That's not a reference to having a lack of energy, but it's a reference, well, it is in a way, because I was so de-energised through insomnia. It's a reference to the way I felt about my life, but also the fact that I use a camera and the battery's always running out when I'm doing the filming. Not because it's a bad camera, and not because it's a bad battery, but because I just run on for hours and just ramble, don't I? So, we're about to get to the top two, so stick with me. Things that didn't make it in included mushroom with a view. So we got that, didn't we? Yeah. And something else that didn't make it in was Pulp Kitchen. Now, Pulp Kitchen is relative, isn't it? It's related to the concept of food. So, you think of food in the kitchen the same way, but it's not directly a pun. But I just wanted to raise it because I did an edit of Pulp Fiction. I edited it down to 10 minutes, and it's quite a fun thing. I wanted to see if I can keep all the major themes and important scenes, but just have 10 minutes of Pulp Fiction, and so you can just watch the whole film in 10 minutes. It's on this channel. There is a little bit of ticky in the sound because of the way I ripped it off the internet, naughty, but it does count as parody, fair use. I'm allowed to do it. So have a look at my 10-minute edit of Pulp Fiction, and if you like it, then maybe I'll do some more, but no one seemed to give a shit. Right. Another one that came up with as a pun was asparagus, but you're not going to know what that is, are you? It was Amadeus, the film Amadeus, asparagus, but it doesn't seem to have the impact, does it? So I didn't do that one. And then the beans. Now, the Bean Mile. Obviously, there is a film called Bean, which doesn't count because it's already called Bean. And the Bean Identity, the Bean Conspiracy, they all really work, the word bean. But when you do a poster and you take a character's head and you just make it look a bit more like a bean, it doesn't really look any different. It just looks like they've got a chubby, sort of slightly more tanned, orange chubby, sort of Donald Trump sort of skin tone. So there's no and I said skin tone. Donald Trump obviously doesn't have skin, does he, on his makeshift face? So sewn together from bits like Frankenstein. Anyway, that's why he's always doing the sniffing, because his face doesn't work because of all the probably cocaine. I don't know, is it cocaine or is it just plastic surgery? I don't know, but it fucked up. Don't know what he really would look like today without all that weirdness and surgery. So we didn't use the bean ones because the posters didn't work very well, but they are very good puns, so, you know, shame. I've only got 2 left in the top 10. And Clockwork Orange, of course, it's already got the word orange in it, but Clockwork Orange Juice, but again, you're just adding the word juice, aren't you? But one I did come up with was Every Which Way But Juice, which does work quite well. So I think that Raising Arizona. Raising Arizona. So that's what we've got there. And here are the top 2. And it was very difficult to decide on the top 2. One is so much more vegan-centric, and the other is a bit more standalone, makes sense. So I'm going to go with the vegan-centric one as number 2, which is Soy Story. Boom. Maybe not my best Photoshop effort, but you get the picture, don't you? Soy Story. And now that I've revealed it on this video, trademark me, I should be making t-shirts. I've had really good ideas for I always have ideas. I've had ideas for making t-shirts, and they're vegan based, and I just wanted to do it, but I don't know if Soy Story will ever appear on a t-shirt, but if it did, it should be my t-shirt, and it should, my company, because that's my idea. It's probably been had by many people, hasn't it? It's only changing one letter of a word, isn't it? So, but there you go, Soy Story at number 2. If you thought that one up during the process of this video, I'm sorry, but you could have the sequels, couldn't you? So they count. Pop them in the comments. First to get them in claims them. Number 1, my number 1 pun and image poster, movie poster, films versus vegetables, broccoli Balboa. I was looking for a way to get broccoli in there. It was really hard to work with broccoli. Broccoli, broccoli, Rocky, broccoli, Rocky. I wanted to just do broccoli and have Rocky, but the fact they did that sequel and called it Balboa, and you can just put the broccoli so easy in his hand. Broccoli Balboa. There you go, that concludes films versus vegetables. The short edit without me rambling on. Well, I did a bit of going off course, didn't I? Sounds like another plane going over Binaural Island, so I'll try and flag it down. Might get rescued. All they ever do is fuck up the recordings. They never benefit us here on Binaural Island, do they? Those planes, but there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Be good, my little Pukkos. Be good. Oh yeah, no, before I go, one big important thing is please share my work. It doesn't matter which part of my work you like. If you're into the music, then share the music. If you're into the ASMR, then share the ASMR. The only way this channel is going to grow is through you. Hi you. It's you again. It's me again. The only saying this again, but the only way it's going to grow is if you share it, because I'm not doing all that sub for sub or making a pretend fake friends comment on someone else's channel just so people will look at mine. You know, I'm not doing all that, so I'm not marketing it heavily. But I do want it to grow, so yeah. So be good. Thank you for watching. Share the work. Share the work. Oh, and buy the record. Buy my record. Like, that really helps me. I donate a lot of money to charity, and I've found a way that I can feel comfortable offering you guys something, which is binaural beats and some of the ASMR work put together on an EP, so that there is actually something there, you know, something I've worked on, something that can be sold without me feeling like I'm selling out. I don't want to be exclusive, and I don't want to be making content just for the people who can afford it. So I've given so much of my work away for free. I just think it's about time I started offering something that I believe is worth the value, you know. So for $5 you can get a really interesting audio experience, and if you haven't tried it yet, like, get the album, put it on your headphones, you know, chill out like you would do with ASMR, meditate maybe. That's what it's designed for. It's designed for wearing your headphones and sort of enveloping yourself in. So yeah, so do that. Buy my album, share my work. Be good, my little Pukkos. I'll see you soon.
Hi, you're with Scott. It's ASMR time. It's midnight. It's always midnight. This is your right ear. This is your left ear. And first, a little warning. This video will send you to sleep.